Breaking news now. A pro-Putin, anti-Islam radical Slovak elections were won by Robert Fico's party. Slovak Muslims have reason to be concerned about the prospect of Robert Fico becoming prime minister for a third time, given his extreme Islamophobic rhetoric and policies during his first two terms. With nearly all votes counted across the Central European country, the SMERSSD party of former Prime Minister Robert Fico won Sunday's parliamentary election. Both the center-right Progressive Slovensko (PS) and the left-leaning populist SMERSSD were predicted to finish in a close second place. At 99.2%, SMERSSD was on 23% and PS was in second place with 17% of the vote. The 59-year-old ex-Communist Party of Czechoslovakia member is now a frontrunner to become Slovakia's prime minister for a third time. Fico, a left-wing populist known for his pro-Putin allegiances, has been the subject of much media attention during the election campaign due to his opposition to European support for Ukraine and sanctions on Russia. Many, however, see Fico's party's landslide victory as providing fresh momentum to Europe's anti-immigration and Islamophobic political landscape. Muslims in Slovakia may be especially worried about this. Fico's last term in office was marked by his extreme anti-Muslim and anti-migrant rhetoric and his frequent disregard for EU protocols on migration. According to Fico, the problem is that Muslims want to change the face of the country, and Islam has no place in Slovakia. During the so-called refugee crisis in Europe in 2016, Slovakia has no mosques. Even as he publicly supported the Islamization conspiracy theory, Fico publicly blamed Muslim immigration to Europe and, more generally, on the presence of Islam in European countries for the 2016 as attacks in Paris and racist conspiracy theories about Syrian refugees attacking German women. He also claimed that his government was monitoring every Muslim in our territory. Fico made the claim that thousands of terrorists and Islamic State fighters are entering Europe with migrants, during his last campaign for prime minister, with a banner reading, "Charenmi Slovensko, we're protecting Slovakia," behind him. "I can tell you we will never bring one single Muslim to Slovakia," he declared. Here, Fico kept his word, accepting only 180 Christian Syrian refugees despite the EU's mandatory quota. Worse yet, when Fico was last in power, he allowed legislation to be passed that prevented Islam from gaining official recognition because it had been proposed by his far-right coalition partners in the Slovak National Party, SNS. Despite the fact that Muslims make up only 5% of the population, the law grants official recognition to religious groups with at least 50,000 members. Since there is no mosque in Slovakia, it is the only EU country without one. Andrei Danko, a coalition partner of Fico's, said at the time, "Islamization begins with a kebab and it's already underway in Bratislava. Let's realize what we will face in 5 to 10 years." Fico's previous SMERSSD governments have also scapegoated Romani and LGBT people in addition to Muslims. The harassment of journalists who publish critical articles has also been attributed to him.